Hey investors, this is Doug Ehrman, contributor here at Seeking Alpha, talking to you today about an expected new smartphone from Samsung and its implications for Google. Last week, Samsung told the press that it expected to roll out a new smartphone which featured a curved glass touchscreen sometime this year. The announcement was made in conjunction with the rollout of the Galaxy Note 3 phablet, as well as additional hype for Samsung's Galaxy Gear smartwatch. Now, for those of you who don't remember, Samsung first rolled out a prototype of the curved glass smartphone at the Consumer Electronics Show earlier this year. The idea with the curved glass that was rolled out at that time was that by curving the glass around the edge of this device, you'd be able to receive indications or even read single lines of text on the side of your device, allowing you to get indications and messages even when the case was closed. Now, the concern for Google investors is that the release of this new curved glass device would coincide with Samsung's release of its own operating system called Tizen. Tizen has been proposed and hyped by Samsung as a possible alternative to Google Android or to Apple's iOS. And if the new device, which will likely draw a great deal of attention, features Tizen, then Google could face some trouble. Google investors have relied on Samsung to design and produce the killer Android smartphones, which have dominated the US market and been the only ones to date to compete with Apple. So the question for Google investors is, will Tizen be released? Will this be the device that brings it to market, and how important will it be? Now, I think it's too soon for Google investors to get worried because Tizen is certainly untested, but it's definitely something to watch. Still, trading with a PE ratio of around 25, I love Google stock for the long term, and even though it is pricey on a valuation basis relative to some of its peers, I think it's justified. Ultimately, I think Google is doing a great job, but I'd like to see more coming out of its Motorola division, which so far really hasn't been able to compete, even though we all expect great things from Motorola in terms of Google's ability to bring Android to the market. Some of this can be seen in the fact that both Samsung and HTC have released pure Android versions of their top-selling Android devices, but still the entrance of Tizen from Samsung could be a definite challenge to Google's ability to compete with Apple in the United States. Thanks for listening.